Hi, my friend, Sam Villa here, Redken Global Artistic Ambassador, and today I want to share with you a cool way to approach a braid. Think about this. It's about just taking the fabric and hair and just taking it just like any fabric. Let's take yarn, for example. So it's about using a crochet technique. That's right. Simple crochet, the way you simply crochet with yarn. Same thing I'm going to do here with the hair. Let's get started. We're going to start on the top and we're going to take a rectangle section. You can take this rectangle section as wide as you'd like or as narrow as you'd like. So we're going to take it just at that recession area, going straight back to the crown, coming back across, and then equal on the opposite side. Once we have this rectangle section on the top, I want you to isolate this section. So we're going to isolate this and get this hair out of the way. We're going to come back to this hair in a moment. We're going to work with a dry cutting clip. Remember, with the elastic, you're not going to get a mark from the clip. So we're working with our dry cutting clip and just placing that in. And with that elastic, it just really grabs that hair nicely. Okay, now we're going to come through in the side area, and we're going to start in the side area. What we're going to do is we're going to work all the way back to center back. And what I've done is I've actually taken out just an accent piece at the nape area, which is a ponytail in the nape area. I just placed that. I'm going to leave this hair out and not incorporate it into this braid. Remember what we said, we're going to work with a crochet technique. So all I'm going to do is just as you would crochet, I'm going to actually crochet the hair. So we're going to take just a slight horizontal section, okay? And then we're going to come through and we're going to work with rough paste. I like to work with rough paste, Redken's Rough Paste 12. And the reason being is it acts like a binding product. So it binds the sections together. So we're going to take some rough paste, okay, and then I'm going to leave some on top of my hand and continue to go back to it. And I'm massaging more into my fingertips. Okay, so we're going to take a diagonal forward section. Now watch what we're going to do. Once we have this section, we're going to come in with my index finger and middle finger. I'm going to come in on the outside. I'm going to loop through and create a loop. Okay, and now I've created a loop, and then I'm just going to come through. Now watch what we're going to do. I'm going to take this loop and pull through. So I just pull through. Now I come back, bring my index finger and middle finger through, back through that loop and pull. Now this is going to be the tail. So we'll describe this as a tail and this is my loop. Just think like you're crocheting. I'm going to take a section, a slice. I'm going to add this slice to my tail, just like I would a braid. And then once again, I'm going to place this tail right through my index finger and middle finger. I place it in between. Now watch how I'm going to pull this through. Come back through. Once I pull through, I go back through, create a loop, and pull onto that loop. Now we're going to take another section. So just think of it, as I'm saying, just like you're crocheting. This is the crochet needle, my index finger and thumb. Now I come through, take another section, add to that. Now we come back through, we pull, and fingers go through. Coming back in for more product, just to bind. Okay, now watch. Take a slice, so I just take a vertical slice. Take this slice, place it, and add it to your tail. Now take the tail, place it in between your middle and index finger, and pull through. And watch the pattern that I'm going to get as you're going to start to see this. Okay? So now once we're here, continue to keep that index finger and middle finger. Now come through, take a vertical slice, add to that tail, bring the tail up and over, place in between your middle and index finger, pull through. Here comes the loop. Middle and index finger, go back through that loop and pull. I'm going to work all the way to center back, so this will be my last section. Add to the tail, bring up, and pull. Now watch, look at the pattern that I've created. Now watch what we're going to do. So all I did was this, without picking up any hair, now you're going to see it. I pull through, here comes the loop, index finger, middle finger, go back through, pull, tail goes back through, middle and index, bring the loop, middle and index finger go through, pull, tail goes through. So I'm always placing, once I create that loop, the tail goes between middle and index. Okay? So now let's stop here on this side. Let's just take a clip and we will clip this for now and come back to this in a moment. Let's go to the opposite side and repeat the same procedure. I'm going to take a diagonal section forward. So we're going to come through, take my diagonal section forward. Okay. Now watch how my hand's going to come through. So I'm going to come through on the side, I'm going to come on the inside. and loop. So watch again. Slow motion. Middle finger and index finger come on the inside, come through and loop, pull. Now here's my loop. Okay, now I need to create another loop by pulling the tail through and index finger goes back in. Okay, and if you notice, I have a lot of tension once I pull on this tail. Now I'm going to take a slice, add that to the tail. Okay, and once I've got that, now this comes through, place it in between my middle and index finger, pull through, watch the loop. There's my loop, index finger goes through, slice. Okay, and as I work to the back, let's give you a back view of this. Okay, and then you keep the same rhythm. Now, when I talk to you about rhythm, it's actually the little sound bites that you're speaking in your little voice in terms of when you pull this through. Or watch, rhythm. Tail comes through, middle and index. Come through, pull. There's the loop. Middle and index finger go back through, pull. Take your slice, add it to the tail. Just like you're braiding, except we're just crocheting. Once you're here, place that inside, come back through, pull. Middle finger and index finger go through. Slice, place that into the middle and index finger. Once you're here, pull through. And now another vertical section. See how I continue to add it to that tail. Bring the tail up, place in between, get your tension, pull through. Once you pull through, index finger, middle finger, immediately slide them through. Create your tension, last section. Come through now, index and middle, pull through. And now watch the technique without picking up any hair. So I come through, middle and index, pull through. Tail goes between index and middle, pull through. Now as you pull through, don't pull the tail all the way through. Pull through, see the loop, put your index finger back in and pull. Okay, now let's take this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to fold these two sections. So let's come through and let's fold the section so you can see how I'm just going to create a little chignon bun in the back, but it's going to sit much more flat. So I'm going to come through, fold. Now once I'm here, I'm going to take and I'm just going to simply tuck that in there, in, come through. Remember, where you hold is where we pin. Okay. Where we hold is where we pin. Now take the opposite side, fold it through. Take the excess in, wrap. Once you wrap, just fold it in. And now come through and pin. Okay, now I'm going to take the top. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing to the top. So we're going to take the top. We're going to divide this in half. Okay, and then all I want to do is I'm going to create another one that's going to sit here. Okay, but this time I'm not going to pick up any hair. So I'm going to come through. And I'm going to come through. Look at how I come on the outside. Come through, create my loop. Pull through. Pull, create the loop. Notice how I immediately go back into it and grab it. It'll be the last one. Okay, now turn and place this where we want to place it, right here. Taking another hairpin. Okay, now this hairpin I want to hide, so I'm going to take the back of it. The top of the hairpin is going to go through first. Okay, now I'm so deep into that, now I'm going to pin that in. Okay, now we're going to come to the opposite side. Over here, and I'm going to create the same thing. And I'm casually just working with my hands, just so it looks very casual. Let's turn to the opposite side. Okay, and let's give it to you on this side. I find a lot of the upstyles that we're working with nowadays, we're working with them very casual. Okay, so here once again on the left side, my hand's gonna come on the inside. So I come on the inside, create my loop, come through and tie. Here comes the loop, hand goes right back in, immediately pull, come back in, tail goes back through, pull, loop through, pull, let's go one more, and pull that one totally through, and now place in. Okay, and once we have that, then once again, come back through and pin. So just a really cool way to create more like a braided effect. But once again, if I can find a number of ways in which to go in and braid hair, I'm gonna find as many ways as I can. That way it keeps me a little bit more enthused and motivated behind the chair. Remember, there's danger in the comfort zone. So I want you to just get out of your comfort zone and just start trying things a little bit more differently in terms of what you're doing. So you can come through and pull, just so you create a little bit more difference in terms of a simple braided effect that gives you some real visual experience in the back where it has some value in terms of the way that we're looking at it. Okay, just going back in and just repinning and just readjusting. So once again, we started with a rectangle section in through the top. We isolated that. Started on the right side. It's just a matter of just grab a book, read it on crochet, and look at the rhythm of how they're moving that pen or that needle. And that's exactly what you're doing with your hands, creating a loop, pulling through, and each time you're adding a section to the tail. Once again, just a really cool way to create a crocheted effect by working with Redken's Rough Paste 12 as a binding product. Thanks for watching. At Sam Villa, we believe in making hairdressers better hairdressers through education. Talk to you soon, my friends.